All right, this weekend I was out hitting an estate sale and picking up some tools. As you can see there, it's a pretty good size box I got filled up here. I did have a chance to take a look on eBay to get some values of some of the stuff that I picked up, but I'm still not 100% convinced that the stuff I got is really worth the $100 I spent, but I'll have to take it out and see what it's worth. So just like other videos, when I get a bunch of stuff in a box like this, what I'll do is I'll take it out in pieces, lay it out, and we could take a quick look at it and save some time and move through it quickly. This was one of those picks that you come home and you start second guessing yourself, and I still have some more stuff that I just couldn't fit on here, but I'm going to move through this and try to keep track, roughly, and let me know in the comments section if you think I got my $100 worth. I offered $80 for everything here, and then I ended up she wanted $1.25. I ended up settling at $100. So the first thing I got that I thought was pretty cool is this door hinge pins and bushing set, and if you look inside of it, it's pretty neat. It's got some really good hardware here. I was thinking these bushings and some of these things would be really cool things to maybe even turn in the lathe at times, or especially the bushings and stuff. They felt like they would come in handy for certain projects and so forth. I'll get some of the big stuff out of the way here first to free up some space. This here is nothing more than a Harbor Freight Forstner bit set, as I dabble a little bit in the woodwork, which I'm not too good at, but hey, it's not a complete set. But I did have a chance to check Harbor Freight's website. I think they go for about $35. So nothing crazy here, but it'll come in handy if I need something. Forstner bit. And then you guys know I've been messing around with my router a lot, and I think this is just a bunch of junk, to be honest with you. It's a Black & Decker storage kit, and it has a lot of different bits in it for the router. There's a Stanley OG bit here, and just some other bits. I'll have to go through them all, clean them up, see if they're still sharp and if they're still serviceable. But honestly, I probably think I got a lot of junk in here, but only time will tell. So not too thrilled with that. Just a Taiwan clamp, nothing fancy. This, though, I thought was interesting. This is a Stanley push drill number 40. And I am not familiar with this number 40. I have a lot of the 41s. And what's cool about this is it's just got a little lever here, and that's what allows you to get to the blades. And I looked on eBay and I couldn't find the number 40. So if you guys know about the number 40, let me know. I'm hoping maybe there's some value in this versus the 41s are so common that, I have a bunch of them and I love them, but they're only going for, I don't know, $20 in decent shape with the bits. And I had a lot of the bits, as you can see there. The Utica end nippers. This here is a plum. Those old days. This solid brass, and it was in a cool case. So I don't know. I never have a need for this. Might be something I could flip. It is a brand called K&E, which is a pretty high quality brand, but I don't think it's worth more than probably $10 if I had to guess. And then how about, should go grab these oil cans real quick. None of them's more than a third of the way full. I just love the branding on them, and it's nice to have them even though they're a third of the way around. So you keep them in different parts of the garage when you're looking for it, and you're not always having to find them. But those are cool. And let's look at that soldering gun that I was trying to get to. Look at how cool that is. It is in the shape of a pistol. I mean, they won't make something like this anymore in the shape of a pistol. This has to probably go back, I would guess, to the 60s. Is a Wen 75, and if you remember, I recently picked up a nice soldering gun on the last pick I had. So this is just something I had to have due to the design. If it was a regular soldering iron, I wouldn't have picked it up. I thought that was so neat. So you would think that soldering gun be worth more money just due to the cool design, but it's really only worth like a 10 or 15 bucks. And then adjustable wrenches. I like the Crescent wrenches made in Jamestown, New York, and they probably made these for Craftsman, but when they have the Craftsman name on them, they're actually worth a couple more bucks. People love USA made Craftsman stuff, and I have a lot of adjustable wrenches in every size and I have a good collection, but I don't have any Protos. So I took a gander to see what the Protos are going for, and here's a 6-inch And here's a 4-inch, and they're actually kind of thinner, which is nice if you know, it's a little different. And they're actually worth more. So not a ton of money. I think there may be $10, $15 in this one and maybe $10 in this condition. So all together, who knows, maybe I'll bundle this up on eBay and get a $20, $25 with shipping on that. And here's a really nice set of Craftsman sockets. And what I like about these is they're metric. And I try to only get metric sockets these days. I have so much... of the standard or SAE, and what's really nice about these are the V-Series metrics, and the V-Series metrics are harder to come by, and there's a lot of them in here that are V-Series. I think there's a handful that they had replaced maybe with a later series, but a 10mm V-Series, all 6-point. I think there's 1 or 2 maybe G-Series in there, which are good as well. Not G I don't like. They're not so great. They're still getting a decent value, the USA made ones, but I'm not a huge fan of the G series. I like the V and I like the E the most. The E, I believe, was made, oh my goodness, my brain is running blank here. I'll tell you in a second. But here's some more V series 1/4-inch. And these are really rare. You don't see a lot of 1/4-inch V series. Unfortunately, it isn't, and they're metric. But it is an incomplete set. It's missing, I think, the 7, the 8, and of course the 10. But it's got the 12, the 11. So that's cool. And then SK. How about the SK here? They look fantastic. It is missing a couple of common sizes on the SK, but I probably have them. These are the older ones, which I love. And it's got the 1/2-inch and the 7/16, which is great. Those are the ones that are usually missing. I think it's missing the 3/8 and the 5/16, and I probably got them somewhere. And the E series I was thinking of is Esco. They made a lot of stuff for Craftsman back in the day. Speaking of Craftsman, look at this baby. Brand new old stock, 6-inch abrasive filament wheel. Couldn't find a lot on this either. As far, made in the USA. Couldn't find a lot about this either, about if there's any value to it. But this is something I definitely plan on using. Don't know much about a filament wheel. It says for medium and light duty cleaning deburring. So feel free to add something in the comments around that. And then I got so excited when I saw this vintage SK, and it is. But just in case. It does have a bunch of wrenches in here. I'll pull out some in a minute, so not to waste your time. Just kind of pull out some of the cool ones. The case, though, is straight as an arrow, which is great. Should clean up. And in the box, I might have the sockets for this. We'll have to take a look. Then the digital caliper, brand new. This is the better one that they sell at Harbor Freight. When I say the better one, it actually converts to inches as well as metric. It does, and it has a nice little case. Don't necessarily need. I have the cheaper one from Harbor Freight, and I have a little bit of a better one that I bought online. But I thought that those are $20 or 15 to 20, I guess, with the coupons and whatnot. This is a, if you've never seen one of these, this is a Klein cutting tool, and what this is for is cutting PVC or tubing. You know, pretty not huge pieces, but you can do replace the blade on it. Not a ton of value in it, but they're nice to have for different projects and whatnot. I think new they only go for $15. I thought this was pretty cool just for the case alone. New old stock Craftsman indexing drill case, and it's complete for the most part. And they're used. They definitely have some use on them, but they are in pretty good shape, as you can see here. And I probably have, it's missing a couple here. I think I actually have them from another pick. I had to check my toolbox, and here they are. I actually have the drill bits that I'll need to complete that set. And that's the beauty of, and that's kind of the fun of, you know, collecting and sometimes picking up stuff that you necessarily don't need. And I'll be able to put this set back into service, and I love the indexing case on it. It has a really, to tell you, even though they look like they were used, they all have pretty good tips on them. So whoever used them kept them sharp. All right, gonna pull out the remaining stuff here, but the last couple things on here are some Minwax. Not much in this early American color. Looks like a nice color, but you know, 1/3 of a can could go a long way. This I'm not familiar with, so if anybody knows about this, it's called a ground color. And I don't know if it's like a conditioning type stuff. I don't know. It's an old can. I thought it was just a varnish or a, yeah, just a, but it says a ground color. So I'm not sure. I'll have to read more about that. Laid out the wrenches here. Nothing crazy to speak of, honestly. Got some cool SK wrenches here. Just some older ones, 9/16ths, 7/16ths. I love the old 6 points when I could, you know, grab those, and some of the smaller ones. But nothing crazy. This is all junk over here. And then these are kind of cool. Oh, not that one. This one here. Whenever it says West Germany, I like to save those. The rest, this junk, I'm just going to need a garage sale this summer. I'm hoping the money is in here. And I'll spread all this out so we could get a close look at it. And for the sake of time, Fuller brush. I don't even know if this is something meant to be used as a drill. It almost makes me think it's some sort of like cleaning product or something. It's got a little chuck on the end. Who the heck knows? Little hand drill type item. Let's see what's in here. I think it's just some junky Taiwan, they say on it. Swivel sockets. I like the case though. I probably got some SK ones that I could put in there, and it looks like it uses some longer sockets, and we'll see. Look at these. I think they're channel locks. It was hard to see. It's a Strip Master, and it's got the blue labels on it, so I'm assuming these are channel locks. That will be a fun project to clean up. It'll probably work fine. Just got some of that orange rust. Some good old Evapor rust will take care of that. Here are some pliers. These are Bell, so these were the phone company usually issued these, and they'll clean up nice. The handles seem good on them. They got the pre-cut grooves in there for stripping the wires. They're nice. It's about 6-inch pair. And here's a spatula here. Interesting. It's long, which is kind of cool. This is good. You know, something gets stuck in your drawers and you need to slide something in to thin, or anything that's thin and narrow you want to cut. I don't think it's really meant to apply anything. It's just too flexible and bending. And some ratchets. Let's take a look at these ratchets here. This is a Napa USA ratchet. I know they're not made in the USA anymore. I believe they're made in Taiwan. It's got a socket on it, 18mm. It looks like an Armstrong. That design there, you see the teeth on it? That reminds me of Armstrong that made these. Who knows who made these for Napa? I did take a quick look because I was curious to see, and you know, they're going for 20 bucks plus shipping in this condition, so I think I did okay there. This is one I don't have, and I really love the knurling. It's got a nice deep cut knurling, so I'm going to save this one. Definitely gonna sell this Craftsman one, although I do like that it's got this different color button on it. It's definitely one of the older ones that's this size, because you could just tell by the weight of it, and the push design doesn't come out. It just has got the ball detent that gets loosened up from pressing here. The newer ones, it actually ejects out. So these are actually better quality than the newer USA Craftsman ratchets, and God knows I know a lot about them. I have tons of them. All right, let me lay this out, all these sockets in here, and I'm hoping there's some complete sets, because if I have some complete sets in here, I think there's some SK sockets in here to hopefully complete that other set. If those deep sockets are complete sets or close to it where I can make them complete sets, I think I could probably sell a few of those and get my money back or keep them. And I don't do this to make money. I do this as a hobby, and I just want to try to get stuff that funds and keeps me going. And this here I'm looking for, if anybody can share in the comments. It's got to be, it only goes this far. AMP, made in the USA. It's got to be for your electronics works, I'm thinking. If you know anything about that, let me know. Little mini pliers. I thought it was cool. I just grabbed it, threw it in the box. Something I don't have. Well, that took me some time to sort out, but that's why I like to keep some extra trays around. Just makes it sorting so much easier. So let's get some of the bigger stuff out of the way. Nice Craftsman T-handle here. Whole bunch of Craftsman extensions, 1/2 inch, 3/8 drive, not 1/2 inch. And look at this old nice SK one. So that was really cool. Over here you got a whole bunch of spark plug sockets. And here is that SK set. So as you can see there, I got the 7/8, 13/16, 11/16. So I'm missing a handful in here. There's a 9/16, 1/2 inch. So a couple of more, and I will have all the sockets for that. In here's just some miscellaneous ones that didn't go into any of the other sets that I have here. I actually got an extra 7/8 as well. And those are really cool, because the 3/8 drive 7/8 you don't see a lot of. And that's just miscellaneous half-inch drive. Let's look at these 1/4 inch. These are Craftsman USA G series, and I got pretty much two complete, a shallow as well as a deep full set. I'll have to see if I got a 14 for there, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, those are something. I think I could probably sell that for, I don't know, to put those together because they're complete. I don't know, maybe $30 I think I could get for that on eBay. This is not a complete set. This is the standard size, and just some miscellaneous ones I sorted out there, so not too much there. This I thought was kind of neat. This is Napa, and this is a 10, yep, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way through socket set. And it's even got the 10, like I mentioned, which is kind of cool. And they look like they were maybe made by Esco. They look very similar. And that's a complete set of Napa. I thought that was neat. And then you got a complete set of the 8 points there. And then this is where generally there can be some money. So let's take a closer look. And metric is where I usually can obviously get more money for. And here is almost a complete set of deep sockets. And I think the last time I got $60 on eBay for a set of these. I'm just missing a 14 deep, and they're all in pretty good. They're all in pretty good condition there. And then this, so those are all 6 point. And then this is a complete set of 12 point shallow metric sockets. So those, I'm pretty sure I have a 14. I'll have to see before I can sell that. I'm sure I do. So I'll be looking forward to selling that, and I'll move that out of the way. Actually, in front of it, I have a complete set of 6 point. I am just missing the 16 millimeter, but all the 10s were there, which is kind of cool. So as you can see there, I'm missing the, it goes this way, the 16. So I have 6 point and 12 point. That's a nice little thing if I can find that 6 point. I'm sure I have an extra somewhere. I think 16, though, is not super common in the Craftsman sets. Sometimes they leave them out, and it could be a little bit challenging. And then here are the standard set, 2 full complete sets, all the way from 3/8 up to 7/8. And these are, once again, you got the 6 points in the back. You got 12 point complete set, and then I almost have a full set of 6 point. Just missing the 1/2 inch, and I'm sure I have that somewhere. A couple other miscellaneous things here, 1/2 inch and 9/16. You got the what is that there? That's a crow's feet, and some nice punches here, some Mayhew punches, Craftsman punches. Just some, there's a little fitting there, and oh, here you go, snap-on, 2 8mm snap-on sockets, which is kind of cool. And they're 12 point and 6 point, and they should clean up nice. Okay, wrapping this video up, there's one last look at everything. I feel I got my $100. I am gonna have to get this stuff up, some of it onto eBay, and I'll fill in stuff with my other sets. One thing I'm kind of upset about with eBay is they no longer use PayPal as a way to get paid. You could pay with it, but you can't have a PayPal account. It's got to go right into your bank account, which I don't mind, but what it does for me is it makes it a little bit more harder for me to track, because what I like to do is sell stuff on eBay and then have it go into that account and then re-spend it. Not the end of the world, just kind of a game I like to play, being that this is kind of a hobby, and it keeps track of what's coming in and what's going out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The next video I have coming out is the Scout Crafter Challenge tote. Definitely not gonna set anything on fire in regards to craftsmanship, but I think it'll be pretty cool from a practical standpoint. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.